Good morning to you. It's 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Feeling the best because tomorrow's Friday.
Being a musician over here.
Hope you're off to a great start. Mother's Day this weekend. So much to look forward to.
Don't forget Mother's Day.
Right, exactly. Do you get your mom a gift? I'm not really sure. Do I get my mom flowers?
My mom. Don't get me anything.
Right.
Don't get me anything.
My mom wants peace and quiet is what she normally says.
Well, she's not getting that because she's going to be here with you this weekend.
Also fair. But I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for something to
I picked up a little
her.
something for my mom, remember? You know.
She's going to love it.
I know.
She will love it. I think I'm just going to do flowers.
I think flowers are good.
Right? That's
a
nice
hanging
gift.
basket or flowers?
Yeah, flowers. Let's not go overboard here. Love my mom. She's actually coming up here today. I'm excited about that.
Like a trip to Wegmans?
Pretty much. Or like, I don't know, if I can make it up to Niagara Produce, maybe I'll go up there.
Oh, that's a hike.
Correct. Which is, I mean, if I can make it up there, I will.
Be kind of close to there today. Let me know if you really want me to go. I'll figure it out.
Tell everyone what I brought you today.
Epsom salt.
Not to soak in.
No, for my plant.
But some of us might need some Epsom salt to soak in because we got those aches and pains in our bodies.
Well, my plant's just turning yellow, and the internet says try Epsom salt, so we're going to give that a shot.
I'll tell you, the bag on the Epsom salt said that it was good for plants.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I hope this works.
There you go.
Just the bottom of it. It looks so good up here. And the bottom, it's all turning yellow. I don't know.
Maybe it's a good mineral. There you go.
I'm just going to throw it on the ground.
I'm sure it'll do something.
This is what my dad likes to say. Might help, can't hurt.
Truth. So we're going to go to, well, anyway, what I was trying to get to here was...
we're old and in pain.
Exactly. And a lot of us are feeling these aches and pains on an almost daily basis. And there's a new study out that basically shows why and at what age we start to feel these aches and pains. So if you had to take a guess, what do you think the age is that we all start feeling these aches and pains in our bodies? Now, if you've hit that certain age, you know all too well what we're talking about here.
All too well.
Yeah. It's the age of 37.
37.
So I just hit that.
To my mother.
You've hit it for a while.
Oh my God, you two don't have a clue about aches and pains.
I'll tell you, I have been so sore the last couple of days.
But yours is because you're working out.
Yeah. Okay, but then, okay, here's another pain. I just had this, you know me with ailments. I just had this cyst on my face.
Oh my God, yeah. I know, I felt it.
Right. And so I was flipping out about it. And like, is that considered a pain? I feel like it's because we're all...
No, it's like that. Even like I have a really bad shoulder.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes when I stretch, I'm like, oh my God. I wouldn't even really consider that an ache and pain because it's more of an injury, like, or something that I hurt. It's less of an ache and pain. The ache and pain though, like you do feel when you like wake up and got to shake it out a little bit sometimes, I think.
Okay. So Crystal says, I'm always in pain daily and it sucks. Okay. Kim says 60. Lauren says, Brian will be 40 in a couple of weeks. Joint pain meds just came in the mail for him. Jeanette, I hurt my ankle at 34, 37 now. Still can't get back to my regular jog 3 years later.
Yeah, sometimes if you have an injury, it just doesn't heal the way you want it
Well,
to.
and they were saying that the study shows that a lot of it is like up here, neck, shoulder. You know, we're all kind of slouched over and we've been working since we're 14 years old.
I got to tell you, like when we sit like this for hours, that bothers my back after a while. Like standing, doesn't standing feel good sometimes?
Sometimes, like you stretch it out.
Oh, except for now I just stood and my hip hurt a little.
Well, but then like, so my thought was we're all feeling a little bit stressed, right? We're all feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is just up in this area.
Yeah.
It's interesting that, you know, I'm going like this with all of the stress that we've got because you know what it makes us.
Yeah, I hear you.
A little crazy.
Megan says arthritis, and I know that I have some arthritis. Patty says she has a herniated disc in her lower back. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Crystal's got fibromyalgia. Kim says she's had both knees replaced now.
Oh, Lori says she's 57 and the gym and water Zumba have been helping.
Oh my gosh, water aerobics and water classes and even swimming. I really feel like it does kind of stretch you out, makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Those water aerobics classes are nice
well,
because
you're doing water spin for a while, right?
I did water spin, yeah, and I would lifeguard while they did the water aerobics classes, and they are nice. I don't know that you're sweating as much as you would if you're, doing whatever. But have you ever used the like resistance, like
Not in the water,
weights?
but
They're like
yeah,
fake.
I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I mean? Yes, they can actually be kind of difficult.
Lee, good morning to you. I think this might be the first time we're hearing from you, and we're glad to hear your voice on Second Cup. She says, depends on the barometer. If it's low, that means pain. Megan says to get out some of those knots, you need a good massage.
Have you ever had a masseuse who really gets the knots out?
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, my dear friend Catherine Walsh is here with us. She's saying we need a massage stat.
I've been telling you that too.
I know.
I got an Experia gift card that's burning a hole in my pocket.
Joints are aging. Yep, they are. And you know what it is? I think that like you spin a lot, you're also lifting a lot these days. We are, Catherine and
I'd like to just really quick clarify that. I started lifting one day this week for the first time in about a month. So
Okay.
yeah, really lifting a lot these days.
So, okay, fair enough.
I was doing it and then I kind of fell off. But I really think
Come with me to the gym. Catherine and I go every single day.
Because I said I have the worst shoulder.
That's
I would not
okay.
be able to do half the
You can
things
do
guys
it. I
know.
promise. It's functional
I've
fitness.
seen the nonsense you guys do and I can't do it.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like it's a lot of jumping. Yesterday.
Yeah. God, I'd be on my butt.
Let me show you. Up here, like
quads
my
and your
hamstrings,
your
my
hammies?
quads,
Yeah.
my gluteus maximus
Sure, Ed.
has been hurting.
Mhm.
Hurting.
You got to okay, so we talked about this in the show. How important is stretching now?
So important.
Like I didn't use, when I was really running, I did stretch because I'd be like, okay, I'm going to run 8 miles. I better really, you have to stretch. But then when I kind of got around to like quicker, faster workouts, I'm doing a 30-minute spin, a 45-minute spin, I would stretch, but like not to the extent that I probably should be.
Mhm.
Now I feel like you really need to take 5 to 10 minutes to really stretch it out.
So at the end of our class, Catherine and I are gym partners. If Catherine's not there, I'll work out with a couple of other guys, but really Catherine's like my go-to girl.
You really hang out with the Katies and the Catherines.
Cats and the cats and the Morse
The
cats.
Catherines.
Anyway, we both are often talking about how our backs are bothering us, our lower backs.
Yeah.
It's like the bending and the
Yeah.
constant like
Absolutely.
tension, I think.
This is funny, Juliet, what her mother taught her years ago, deal with it.
Mhm.
You know what my mom used to say when you were little, before something actually really, you'd be like, Mom, my arm hurts if you do this. Don't do that.
Fair enough. Kim says this time of year, out there gardening,
Uh-huh.
getting ready to clean up after the winter begins.
So
Joints we
that's-
haven't used.
my mom said that the other day. She said she was out for like, I don't know, 45 minutes or something like that, just doing a little weeding and stuff. And it's true. Have you ever, you probably don't weed.
You know I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Thank you.
Although,
But I will sometimes like go out and do like that one little place in the back or the bed in the front.
yeah.
And I agree. Like the next day you're like, or I'm like, Paul, give me your hand. Launch me up.
John, I'm going to put some pictures in the group text here. Maybe you can bring them up because I did want to show you that I did, in fact, get dirty this weekend. Minimally.
Are those appropriate pictures? I'm just kidding. I got dirty this
Right.
weekend.
If you want to know the truth, my mom's here.
I'm
We
going
can't
to take
talk
some
about that.
pictures of my clematis, which is what Ed brought me the Epsom salt for, which started this whole conversation. Because it's that one that we cut down last year. If you're a cuppy, you've been following the saga of this darn plant in the front of my house. It's coming back great, thankfully. But now it's green on the top and super yellow on the bottom. So it could be,
What does that mean?
well, we looked it up on the internet and it could be,
It must be true then.
it could be too much water, which it has rained a lot lately. It said the Epsom salt will help with whatever the soil, whatever. I'm just going to sprinkle some in there or mix it with water and, pour it in. The other thing was that I guess their roots don't like to get sun, but it has ground cover. So that's not the
Oh,
thing.
Lori says too much water.
That's right. So it has been raining. I
Okay.
don't water it, but it has been raining. So I don't know.
Mary has the best hangover cure, 2 ibuprofen. Kim says, I have a lot going on in my lower back. Awful. I just keep moving. That's the key. Jeanette, good morning to you. So glad you're with us.
Thank you.
Ed showing us dirty pictures.
Did you get a little mud on your shorts?
Yes. And they are my cute shorts too.
God, you're like Paul. He'll be like in the nicest clothes he owns, out doing whatever underneath his truck. I'm like, what are you doing? Pick the right clothes. He's like, and then
Getting
he's like,
filthy.
I have no nice pants. I'm like, well, not anymore.
Shonda, good morning. Sitting in your house for 8 months out of a year isn't good for anyone. No doubt. Well, and that's the whole thing, right? Like, how many of us were outside over the last couple of days because it is, or it was, so gorgeous out there, enjoying the weather, enjoying the temperatures, doing things that we haven't done in the last few months. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm either A, out of shape, or B, I really need to take care of myself.
So I'm gonna actually, you are too. We're gonna run the corporate challenge.
Yeah, I haven't run in 5 years.
I know. Well, you need to get back to it. So, and that's kind of what I was like. All right, I'll sign up so I make sure I can at least do this 3.5 months.
Okay, Kelly, our gardening expert, says way too much water in your clematis. It'll get better once the spring rain stops.
Okay.
So Kelly, help us out here. Will the Epsom salt help, or will it do anything?
Should I be salting my plant? I feel like it can't hurt it. So I'll just like mix it in with a little water, or you know what? No water, because too much water already.
Right.
I'll just sprinkle it.
Patty, good morning. Oh, see, okay.
Sweet Lord. Look
Here
at
I
you.
am digging in the dirt with a grown man thing, I actually drove that.
Uh-huh.
The four-wheeler.
That
Look
was-
at that thing.
That was our first mistake.
Okay, so there I am trying to pull ramps out of the ground. Is there another picture, John, or is that it? See, there I am digging in the dirt.
Look at those shorts, Edward. A lot of thigh.
A lot of thigh.
A lot of thigh.
And listen, we've been working on them. So when you're thick, you got to get your thighs out.
Oh my God, no. Oh,
James is so funny. You need to put your back into it. But look at my form. Look at my flat back.
uh-huh.
My butt's out,
Uh-huh.
and I am ready to
That's what
go.
you're supposed to be doing?
You know what? If you were bending or curling
I
at
feel
the
like
back,
I'd be squatting down to get the things.
fair enough.
Mhm.
You could do it. Thank you. Skies out, thighs out. Blue, it was gorgeous. Bend at the knees is what Patty says. Bend at the knees, Connie says. Knee bend is what James says. Okay. But look, when you're doing a deadlift or something,
Mhm.
you want to stand with a little knee bend
That nice straight back.
and a nice flat back. Exactly.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well,
That was, I told my sister, take a picture.
she was probably like, okay, Ed.
I knew this would come up eventually, and I knew that I needed to have proof of it. Your
Dana.
knee is not over your toe. Good job. Thank
Well,
you,
it's nice
Jeanette.
to know that we're all dealing with similar pains. I got a lot of pains in my you-know-what here,
Well, what did I say this morning? That if you've got a pain in the neck, you know exactly who it is.
where it's coming from. The left-hand side of my body. Hurts a lot more.
Where are the barbells? Mary wants to know. Mary, you know what? Maybe, okay, you know what I'm doing? Today's a lift day at the gym. I'll have Catherine take a picture.
We believe you, Ed. We know you're lifting weights at the gym. We see your thigh.
Yeah.
What? Did you hear him? He goes, yeah.
You know that Lizzo song, Tempo?
No.
I'm a thick girl. I need tempo.
Ah.
So funny. Anyway,
I don't own shorts that short.
and
And I never.
I don't believe it.
I'm not. When you tell me the last time you've seen me wear a pair of shorts.
I honestly, the first time I saw you wear jeans, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I saw you and I was like, "Whoa, what is this? Is something is not normal here." I couldn't understand.
He couldn't like put a he couldn't put his finger on it. And I was like, I got these jeans, and you're like, oh my God, you're wearing jeans. Oh God.
James says, when the big yellow bag arrives, it's time to party. Do you know what? My friend Ashley's dad, I believe, owns that big yellow bag company with all that dirt. Maybe we should have him on.
Like dirt that you spread.
Yeah, you know that big yellow bag that you see in people's lawns?
You know what I usually see is people get it dumped right in their driveway.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Interesting. Okay.
like you're talking about like topsoil.
Yeah, but it's like it's a lot of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I could find the big yellow bag.
Diane said they just got a yellow bag, and it's a bag of topsoil.
It's like here. This is it. It's Lakeside Sod. It's
Oh,
like a
nice.
big yellow bag. It's a
Okay.
company, Garden Soil. So
I never see them.
really,
Not really.
so I think the Hamburg Fairgrounds during like the fair, they have them also.
Mhm.
This I'm fairly certain is a.
Do they do
buffalo
mulch too?
I don't know. Let me text. Let's call Ashley. Let's see if
Why
she.
are mulches in the actual bags? Kim says she's a Capri lady. Oh, Shonda says, no, mulch stains on the concrete driveway.
We're going to call Ashley, see if she answers.
Caitlin says, I do not have a green thumb at all, and I don't like anyone with a stinger. Anything with a stinger.
Oh, let's see. I hope she does, because I really do want some answers here. She's probably like, why is he calling me?
Hello.
Ashley Babasoto, you're live on Second Cup. Good morning to you.
Hi, Ashley.
Good morning. Hi,
Okay.
Katie.
Okay, Ashley, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Your dad owns the Big Yellow Bag Company, right?
He does, yes.
Okay, can you tell us exactly what is in that yellow bag?
Oh my goodness. It is compost. And I believe it's pH tested and balanced. It's the best quality soil for, growing vegetables or your garden. They deliver it to your house. So it's like a cubic foot of soil. And then the good part is it's in the bag. So you're getting it delivered. You mark a little X in your driveway. You drop it off, and it's sealed at the top. So then when we get all this rain like we've been getting, it's not leaking all over your driveway.
Nice.
So you can use it as you go and tie it back up again.
So how do you get the bag out of the driveway?
You empty it.
So you're marking it where you want it. So then if you leave it there and then you use it, and then also the good thing about it is when you're done with it, you can bring it back. It's recyclable. And then they'll give you, I think they can give you money back for returning the bag. And then, or you can tell them to keep the money. And then my dad donates to a charity every year with the money back from the deposit.
Ashley's a mom of two. Cam and Liam are, I'm sure, giving her a run for her money this morning. Ashley, you're the best. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ashley.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye.
She's like, that's enough of this, and goodbye. Okay, now we know all about that. I'm telling you, so I used to work in a nursery out in Amherst, so I feel like that's where a lot of people would go. They would just come order what they wanted there, and then they'd come dump it for them.
I guess the nice part is that it's deliverable.
Yeah.
James says it's better than bag soil. Fill wheelbarrows and take it wherever you want.
Yep.
That's interesting.
We end up using we get like the mulch in the bags.
Do you just go to like the 7-Eleven at the corner and buy the mulch? You know what I'm talking about?
Of course we go to the 7-Eleven. I'm just kidding.
Well, I know. Paul loves 7-Eleven. That's his favorite place to go clothes shopping too, isn't it?
He's purchased items from the 7-Eleven that he's put on his body. That 4th of July that I came home and he had that stupid hat on, I was like, oh my God, where did you get that? The answer was the 7-Eleven.
Hysterical.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's talk about this. How about Murph, the voice of the Bills, retiring after 30 years in the booth?
A really nice guy, a real pro. He kind of has been off air for a little bit. He suffered a stroke in 2023, I think. But it's been nice to also see him at like his book signing and like coming back. And then Eileen did that story with him. It was one of the first time we had heard from him since then. And you know what? Retiring sounds great. I'm glad he's going to have some extra time with his lovely wife and just be able to relax a little.
Mary Travers, also a wonderful woman. She's doing such good work in our community nowadays to help domestic violence survivors.
I think she retired.
Oh, okay. Well, she was anyway.
I'm not sure, but I think she may have. But she did. You're right. She worked at Family Justice Center.
Right.
And like came from on TV and then was like, okay, I'm going to go do this. And
leaving an impact in the community. Yeah. I think that's kind of what we all strive to do one way or another. And Murph, I mean, so I worked with him at Channel 4, but he was the sports director here for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And, Beauvais taking his spot after Jeff Russo. It is really incredible to have a career like that. And not many people can say that they do anymore.
Yeah.
And to be that voice of the Buffalo Bills, Charlene says he'll be missed.
Kind of makes you smile when you look back at that old video too.
I know.
And like all of the old graphics and everything. It just makes you think about how far everything has come.
Peter says John Murphy was a great announcer. He deserves time to himself. Yeah. Barbara says all the best to Murph. He was talking to Susan Rose on BEN, WBEN.
Also awesome.
We love Susan. He was mentioning that he's at peace with this decision. And I would imagine that after a career that is just so legendary as his, you kind of have to say enough is enough sometimes. And at his point in his career, you kind of go out on a high instead of going out on a low
Oh
or
yeah,
being
he was
forced out.
fantastic. We've been really lucky in a lot of the play-by-play people that we've had in Buffalo. I mean, like not just Murph, but like look at Rick Jenneret, how
Yeah.
great he was.
Uncle
like
Van.
we've had some real classics here.
Yeah.
I'm sure every city says that, right?
Oh,
Because you
sure.
get so used to the people who
Well, but how
it's
many?
like their voices.
Yes. How
you
many
know?
other cities can say that they've had the same person in the booth for that long?
I remember that when we were growing up watching the game, sometimes my parents would turn the volume off on the TV. Like, let's say the national station had their broadcasters doing the game, they'd turn the volume off on the TV so they could listen to the radio
To hear Murph. Yeah.
call the game. So you'd watch the game on mute.
Well, and that makes sense too. Like you almost get that local feel for it, right?
Yeah, and it's like your guy.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network. We'll pause for 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
What are you advertising to take his place?
Can you imagine? Here's Keon
I-
Coleman. Where's his yellow jacket?
The commentary would be interesting.
If not funny. Recently had
It would
Caitlin
be a
says
lot of comments about
about what?
how in shape everybody was,
Yes.
what kind of workouts they were doing. I saw him doing this.
I recently had a
He
conversation.
looks great in his jersey.
Those pants are really tight. Caitlin says recently had a buddy from Colorado in town and was loving all of our Buffalo history.
Nice. I love to hear that.
Kim says he'll be missed. He needs to take care of his health and continue his recovery. Yeah, and like this allows him that opportunity.
And you know what? Enjoy, relax. Do you think he'll ever be able to just like relax and chill and watch a Bills game?
I don't know. That's such a great question. It's kind of like once you're in it,
Yeah,
do you
right.
always stay?
Like if we left news tomorrow and you 5 years down the road turned on a newscast, you'd still see everything that you know.
That's like Sharon Minkowski.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron's wife used to be a reporter here. What was Sharon's maiden name? Aaron. What was Sharon's maiden name?
Well, her on air.
What was Sharon's on-air name? Osorio.
That's right. I knew that. So that's Sharon used to be here. Right. And so you see, like if, you know, I know years later, like even if I didn't do this anymore, you would be watching and you would be looking at the graphics and you would be looking at the shots and you would be talking about how the story was, you know, created. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, you're right. So funny. Thank you. Peter knew it before we did. You guys, I posted something yesterday I saw on Instagram and it was like, it's Wednesday and the bad news is it's not even Thursday yet.
No kidding.
Like it seems like it's been a long week.
It has been. Okay, Caitlin says, who are you talking about, Caitlin, here? He was in town for my wedding after 15 years of dating. We finally did it.
Her friend showed him around city.
Got it.
From Colorado was loving all the best.
Oh my God, so did you just get married?
No, wait. He was in town for her wedding. Yeah. Oh, yes, but not to the friend.
Right.
To somebody else. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Congratulations. Oh, Brian must be traveling, Lauren says. It's always a long week when Brian travels. Anita says this has been a long week. Caitlin says my buddy came in for my wedding.
Congratulations,
to my fiance.
Caitlin.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's
Exciting.
amazing. Where was your wedding? I hope it was amazing. Share pictures with us.
Send us a picture. I feel like I'm looking at a picture of it on her little, but it's so tiny. It's hard to see. Don't you feel like that?
Let's pull up her picture again. Oh yeah, what a
See?
pretty dress.
Yeah, it's hard to see though.
Barbara says I've been retired almost 4 years, still geek out over airplanes and weather. Where? What are
What
you
did you
retired
do,
from?
Barbara? Yeah.
It's our first kiss, Caitlin says. Love that.
Adorable.
Jeff says this week can end any time.
Weekend. Okay, so don't forget, everybody. It's Thursday. Mother's Day is Sunday.
Don't forget, there's a Buffalo Broadcasters meat raffle on Saturday. The Polish Falcons in Depew.
Don't forget that too. Some of us are responsible for running it, so we need butts in the seats.
Now, can we spin the wheel vigorously?
Don't be a pain. Just spin the wheel nicely, Ed.
Why can't you just say yes?
Because what if you break it?
What if you break it?
It's not my wheel.
Oh my goodness.
It's not my wheel. Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Fair enough.
Although it is my monkeys and my circus because I got you guys running it with me.
Thanks so much for being with us on a Thursday. We love you guys. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for Friday.
Hi, guys.